Let's try that again. You guys can hear me now? See, that's what happens when you start talking and you don't actually have it unmuted. So again, Paula Hunter. Thanks for coming to spend some time with me for my messages from Spirit, guys. I think I'm all fixed up now. I'm sure hoping so. Anyway, you guys just let me know if you can hear me for sure. I believe that I should be able to be heard now, right? Kayla, nice to see you, Kayla. Let me just, my volume should be okay. And let's see, Ellen, Michelle, Cindy, Nina. Hello, Nina from the UK. Thanks for coming to spend some time with me here in Canada. So you guys let me know. As far as I can tell, I'm kind of running my phone here too. It sounds like volume is there now, okay? So yeah, hopefully you guys can all hear me now. I want to start really quickly with when I was grounding, I was having a female energy stepping forward. It was a mother type of energy. Name Mary. I believe there's a connection with a Mary on that one. And I feel she was looking to connect with a daughter energy. Okay. So let me know if this means anything to you. Mother energy, Mary, looking to connect tonight. And they may not be in the room yet, but Spirit always knows who's going to show up. I don't know. They know. So they tend to show up quite often, being there quite prompt. Okay. Awesome. Looks like I am good to go, that you guys can hear me. So that is a good thing. Let me see. Laura's asking how I'm doing. You know what? I'm doing well. I'm playing hooky over the next couple days, and I am doing a girls getaway with a few friends. So I'm really, really excited about that because you know what? It's been a while since I've gotten away for one. But yeah, just, with some friends. It's something I've never really done, to be honest. I've done it with my family, but never with girlfriends. So I'm pretty excited that we're just going to kind of hang out and just relax a little bit too. So yeah, okay. Jenny Stout. So Jenny Stout is saying that Mary is her mother's name. I see you're saying could be a stretch, but nobody else said anything. You know what? Don't ever look at it as being a stretch. Okay. Spirit knows who is going to show up here, right? As I said, I don't know. My job is try and listen to the best of my ability to bring the messages through. Okay. So I'm going to stay with you, Jenny, if you have no problems with that, like I said, because obviously I've got a mother that wants to talk to you. Mom's also saying that she's been on your mind a lot lately. Okay. I take it you are open to a message, Jenny, if you're here. I just want to get a confirmation. Because your mom's kind of telling me right now, it's like, you can't believe that mom's coming through and actually wants to talk to you because you were just kind of going, scrolling past, so to speak, and saw this, so you thought you'd be jumping in. Right? Oh, so your grandmother. Okay. Mother, grandmother. So grandmother is Mary. Is that what you're saying, Jenny? Okay. Definite connection back. I get more the sense of just really wanting to connect, okay? What she's telling me is you really get in your head sometimes. You have a hard time letting go, okay? And so you're saying this is grandmother. I just want to make sure I have it right. But definitely mother, grandmother. Sometimes they'll come forward in a similar energy, especially where grandmother was an important part of your life and your family and kind of acted in that capacity of mother at times as well. What I keep hearing is tell her to stop worrying so much, right? And what she shows me is what I call steps. And that always represents the fact that it's something that's going through the lines. So this tells me that, grandmother, mother, you, that sense of worry is well defined through the different hierarchies, right? That makes some sense for you? And I'll be watching. I'm also on my phone as well, so I can watch the feed just in case those nasty little trolls jump in, because then I can boot them out. I can't do it through here, but I can do it through there. So I see Jenny is saying LOL. Yeah. So yeah. So she's coming through because it just feels like there's been a sense of worry for you, right? And she's asking you to stop. Again, it's easy to say when she used to do it when she was here too. So it's easy to say, hey, don't worry. But it's so important that we really focus on where our energy is going and that we are not putting our energy into worry, right? Okay. Now, Jenny, do you want to know something from her? Because I also feel like there's a question there for you that you want to ask about something. You've got some pressing stuff going on. So I want to give you the opportunity if you have some questions from Spirit on the other side, or if you want to ask some questions too about what might be going on from what I call a physical side, because I do both, right? My guides, the guides that I work with, high level beings that are here for humanity, they love us, they're here to help us. And they will also answer any type of question that we have about things as well, okay? Give me a second here. So I feel like Mary was sick for a time before she passed, because they do show me breathing, stop, which always represents a gentle transition. It represents the fact that they were ready to go. So from that spirit perspective, I feel like she had a fairly long life, because I also get this, you know what, I was tired. I was ready to go home. Right. So it isn't a case of there being unfinished business or anything like that. I get her more stepping up because she seems to be worried about you. Right. So as I said, there's something going on. And you know, if you don't feel comfortable bringing certain things up in the group format, you know what, you can always drop me a line as well. When I do these lives from this perspective, I try and keep things kind of up here, because sometimes things are private. And if the guides tell me something is really private, I won't necessarily bring it up into the public forum. Okay. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, you guys. So I'm just waiting to see if Jenny wants to ask a question, or if there's something she wants to know from Mary. And I'm telling Mary, thank you for stepping forward when I was grounding. So Jenny's saying she's come up to me before, looks out for my son too. Okay, so reach out, like I said, because I just feel like there's some personal stuff in you. And what the guides show me is you coming to what I call the crossroads. And whenever we come to the crossroads, we can't keep doing what we're doing. It represents making a decision. Having a choice is going to take us in another direction, right? So it's an important one. So when you've got this family on their side that's trying to act as strength in the support system, right, it automatically tells me there's something pressing, okay? So yeah, you know, feel free to, Jenny, not a problem if you feel that it's private. And you talk about your son. Give me a sec. Apple of your eye, apple of hers too. So she really, really just adores your son, okay? Awesome, ladies. Thank you so much for confirming that connection for me, Jenny. As I said, I never know who's going to show up. And I find that when I ground now for my lives, Spirit usually steps forward. So it's good for me too, because for me, one of the things that I've always struggled with in some cases is getting names. And in my head, it's like, you know what, this is difficult. This is hard. So when I'm grounding for this type of a session, I really have to just listen to what comes through, right? It isn't about somebody sitting in front of me. I just have to trust what I'm given, and knowing that it's going to be for someone who shows up. So it helps me to work a muscle, you know, that I'm not as familiar working with either. I asked another medium that I was training with, a well-known one, and I said, why is it so hard to get names of spirit? And what she said to me, she goes, okay, can you tell me the symbol for your name? And I kind of went, no. She says, that's why it's difficult, because spirit speaks in symbols, right? It gives you images, gives you pictures, right? And it's our job as a medium to try and understand what that symbol is to be able to pass it on. Makes sense a little bit? I thought I'd share that a little bit. So let me see. Let's see who Spirit is going to direct me. And I know some of you guys are popping on in Melbourne, Australia. Very nice to meet you, Kathy. Thanks for coming in. The way I do this for those of you that may be new is I kind of go off of who Spirit directs me to as far as providing the messages. So as I see the names pop up, as you guys are kind of, you know, throwing your name out there, all of a sudden the guides will go and they'll direct me in. Okay. So just so that you know kind of what's going on here. Okay. Let me see. Nicole Elizabeth, are you still in here? For some reason, they are directing me to you. So let me know if you're still in here. And that is Nicole Elizabeth. Let me know if you're in here, hon. And hello, Amanda. I know there's so many people that want messages. You know what? I wish that I had all the time in the day just to give everybody messages. But when you do this work, obviously there's a lot of energy too. This is my way of giving back to you guys. This is my way of giving it, paying it forward as well. If I'm not able to get a message for you tonight, you know what? This is what I do full time. I'd be more than happy to set you up with a private session, one-on-one, no holds barred, and provide you with whatever it is that you need in your session, whether it's the physical stuff or connection with the loved one on the other side. So Nicole, would you like to ask a question? Or would you like to have a connection, my dear? And I see you're saying that it's been a day, and I think a lot of people could relate to that. So I'm not sure what's going on. I see the little broken heart there. But please feel free to ask the question and I will do my best to help you with whatever's going on. Okay. 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 So Nicole, she says she's marrying, right? Her chapter 2. That's an interesting way of putting it. Chapter 2. And as excited as I am, I'm terrified. And I've been through every emotional possible today, every emotion. You know what? I get it. So when you're talking your chapter 2, I don't know if you're referring to this as being a second marriage or not. Okay. One of the things they're talking about is, to be very honest, the first thing I hear is creating a mountain out of a molehill, which tells me sometimes those things can set you off. And it's like creating, something's here and all of a sudden you're way up here, right? There's, as much as there's a lot of happiness there's fear. You need to, it's easy to say, just let go of it. But what that represents is there's still healing that has to happen from past relationships. Do you understand that? It tells me that you haven't let go of some things. Okay, and I see I have a troll here, so I'm going to try and get rid of them here. Bear with me here. I think I can do that. Bear with me, guys. Oh, here we go. Ban user. Ban. Bye-bye. Still. No class. I tell you, no class. Okay. So Nicole's saying, I know my late husband wants me and the boys to be happy, and I know he would love him, but it's scary. You know what, Nicole, whenever we open our heart up to someone else, it can be scary. And that's a natural thing. When it isn't natural is when we allow that fear to stop us from what we're doing. This is a good man, right? They show me that, the compliments, he does things for you. He puts you, front and center, right? So I don't get fear being there from the perspective of, give me a second here. Sorry, Denise, if you're getting messages. You know what, anyone who's having issues with the people that are showing up, you know what, we can just report them as well. I'm going to do my boast. Bear with me here for a second, guys. Held that thought, Nicole. I find at times they try and throw me off, or they do throw me off, actually. So I need to get out of that so I don't do that. I'm going to try and go back in here and see if I can't delete some of those messages that are showing up, at least see what's going on. Yeah, people kind of all over the place. Okay. Bear with me, guys, 1 second. I'm just deleting. I'm going to ban this other person here. Block them and ban them. Let's see. Hopefully that's helping a little bit. Okay. So Nicole's saying, I think it's just pregnancy hormones mixed with jitters, but it's hard feeling like I'm leaving my late husband behind even more. Okay, I need to know he's still with us, okay? And you know what? They're always with us. Not sure if they're getting banned or not, but I'm doing my best. Marie, you know what? Sorry. Don't be rude. Please get out of my live. I'm trying to block them. I'm trying to ban them. I'm not sure if it's working or not, but I'm doing my best. Okay. Give me a second, Nicole. Let me see if I can just key into your husband here, okay? So even with him, I get illness. I get he was sick for a time before he passed as well. Give me a second here. Yeah, thanks, Savannah. I see you're talking about the trolls, and what I'm probably gonna have to do is try and get maybe someone who's gonna go on the live with me. Maybe see if I can course my husband one of these days and show him how to delete and ban, so we can just boot them out when we need to. I'm hoping they're gone now. I'm not sure, but I've been banning them through the phone, so that's why I was kind of pulled over here. Okay, Nicole, your husband. As I said, I feel he was sick for a time before he crossed. I do get that sense of, you know what, I really feel he was ready to go, because I do feel like there was a lot of pain in his body as well. Okay. He fought as long as he could. So I'm not sure if there's a cancer connection with him there, or heart, but they're definitely bringing me to that chest area. Right. Okay. As I say that, he says, she knows how much I love her. And, you know, he's so happy for you. Okay. He says, if you walk away with nothing tonight, he says, know that you'll always be my heart. You are my heart. My family is, you know, that's the center of everything for him. But he's so happy for you that you found someone who loves you for you. And he says he's there for my kids. You know what I mean? He's taken up that role as being dad to them. Right. And you know what? That's some of the most important stuff at the end of the day. Right. He's happy for you. So he doesn't want you to feel like you're leaving him behind, because as I said, he's going to be there no matter what. For him, he just wants to see you happy. And he says, this man makes you happy. And it's kind of like everything that you thought you lost when he passed. Right? Does that make some sense for you, Nicole? He just keeps telling me to just tell her how much I love her. And it's interesting because he's showing me the symbol of the ring, right? So I don't know, you know, I get you still have his ring. I don't know if you wear it. I don't know what's going on, but he's showing me the symbol of a ring is, you know, that love that it never ends, right? It has no beginning. It has no end. It just continues. And he's showing me, he's kind of going, you know what? I told her that no matter what happened, no matter what goes on, I will always love her. Right. You know what, Nicole, when I take it Colton is your son, and as soon as you say that you miss him, right? That's how we communicate. Words is energy. And when we put that out there, they hear it, they know it. And he's saying, there's nowhere else I'd rather be, right? So he's going to be there for you and your family tomorrow as well. He's got quite the smile, right? He's just such a very beautiful person. And he really just wants you to be happy. And he wants his boys and you taken care of. He says, and basically the relationship that you're concreting tomorrow is everything that he could ask for his family. Right? So he says, I know you're going to shed some tears tonight. He says, but no, I'll be there beside you, holding your hand every step of the way. Okay. It's a genuine smile. It lights up his eyes. You know, he's so down to earth. But he just really wants you to know that he's still around, okay? What he's telling me is, even with the marriage, you know, you getting married tomorrow, what you've been kind of throwing out, you know what, I just need to have a message for him to know that he's okay with this and know that everything's going to be okay. So know that this is your message, okay? So hopefully that will help a little bit and maybe help those nerves a little bit. It's natural to be nervous, right? But know that it's okay. Okay. Shelly, thank you so much, my dear. And I know some of you guys are asking questions. I will do my best to answer those that Spirit directs me to. And good morning from Australia. Good morning here in Canada. It's about, well, it's after 8 tonight. Nicole, you are very, very, very welcome, right? This is why I do this. Spirit will take the opportunity to pass a message on for someone who really needs it in the moment in any avenue that they can, you know, whether it's through a psychic, through, you know, a loved one, through family member, through, you know, a sign of some sort. Okay. So much love to you, Nicole, and congratulations. And I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow for your wedding. And I know you're going to have a wonderful life. Okay. Lots of love. And hello from Ireland, Belfast. Welcome, welcome. It's nice to see some people from all over the world. That's absolutely wonderful. So let me see where I'm being drawn to. Give me a second here. Doo-doo-doo. Jennifer, I can come to you. Jennifer Price. I see you keep posting your question there, and I just get the feeling that there's a lot of energy behind it. So let me know. Jennifer Price, what would you like to know? And hello, Tabitha. I will be getting back to you with that are interested. Tabitha runs Oh My Soul and Journey in St. John, New Brunswick, and she's offered me a place as usual. I'm just getting back to things since COVID, but I'll have dates from, I believe it was August to November of doing open group channeling there in St. John. So I'll post the dates, and yeah, you guys will have an opportunity. I missed seeing people in person with COVID. I did my last one a couple weeks ago, and I was just so excited and so happy. Okay. So Jennifer, let me just throw myself down the lines here. So Jennifer saying, I need to know. So Jennifer, when you're talking about, you need to know about past loved ones. So is there someone in particular that you want to ask about? The way I work is the more specific the question, the better the response I can give you. Where I'm different than a lot of mediums, if there's somebody you want to connect with, you can ask for that individual, and the guides help me to key into that personality wherever it is. Okay. So feel free to kind of let me know who it is you want to connect with, my dear. So, okay, so Jennifer saying Father Soul, bear with me here. Okay, Jennifer, so you wanted to connect with your, you know, I know you're asking for two, but I'll just pull into one. That way I can try and answer other questions for other individuals this evening too. So Jennifer, when you're talking about connecting with your father, what is it you want to know about? I mean, I know you said that, will they know about an event that's coming up? Again, I can automatically say yes, because Spirit knows everything that's going on, right? They are still a part of our life. But I want to give you the opportunity, if there's something specific you want to ask him about that, I would be more than happy to make that connection for you, okay? God bless all you guys who are asking for messages. I do the best that I can. And again, you know what? If I'm not able to get a message for you in public here, you know what? This is what I do full time. This is the job that I love. I would be more than happy to set you up with a private session, whether it's in person or online. I do it over Zoom as well. And you know what? Those of you that have a benefits program that covers naturopaths, I can also provide receipts that can be claimed against most health, extended health programs, or taxes as well, okay? Just to let you know, just in case. So Jennifer, again, let me know what it is specifically you want to know about, and I key in a little bit better for you, okay? And Shauna Maria, hold on, because they're directing me to you. So after Jennifer, I will pop on over to you, okay? So just give me a few minutes here. Okay. So Jennifer's saying her little sister just graduated and has been looking for signs from her father, and Your other little sister is getting married next month. Dad was excited about both, but sadly passed away. So give me just a second here. So again, illness with your father as well. They show me breathing stop, which always represents, again, that gentle transition. He was tired. And another one, what I get is he fought as long as he could. So again, there could have definitely been a cancer connection or something, because he shows me losing body mass. He shows me losing strength. So prior to his passing, I think he was having issues doing things for himself. And he was a very proud person. So not proud, what I mean egotistical, but proud from the perspective of, his family was important and stepping up and doing things. So when he wasn't able to kind of do the things to take care of his family and just simple things for himself, he really struggled with that. Right? Okay. As I say that, all of a sudden I get this great big smile, and he says, how could you not be proud? He says, look at these beautiful girls. Right? So, you guys lit up your dad's life. Right? And when we talk about marriage, right? Give me a second here. I feel like she's been with him for quite a while, even before getting married, right? Because he shows me that there was a connection, and what he's kind of saying is, so the sister that's getting married, her partner, he goes, he still has a little bit of growing up to do, but he's a good man, right? So that relationship, it's a good relationship, right? They balance each other out. Okay. When we talk about the marriage too, and the wedding that's coming up, even the graduation, what he's showing me is, here's the family, here's an empty chair. So it's like a symbol of, saving a seat for me, because I will be there no matter what. Right. And what he says to me, he says, even if I had been here, he says, with the illness, with what was going on, he wouldn't have been able to be there physically anyway. Okay. So even though he's on the other side, he can now take part in things, whereas he wouldn't have been able to before. So not that it makes it any easier at all, but he's happy, because he really would have been devastated to have these things go on and him not be able to be there. That would have been worse for him than being there in spirit. Okay. Is that making a little bit of sense for you, Jennifer? He showed me how strong his family is. You guys have all come together. Right? Sorry, chapstick, dry lips. Yeah. So I don't know if you're the big sister or not, but he's kind of saying that you've been the one that's trying to keep everything together too, and trying to make sure everyone's being taken care of. But he's saying making sure that you don't forget to stop and take care of yourself as well. Okay. Honor, honor the emotions that you need to move through as well. Okay. And hello to anyone that I may not have said hello to yet. Right. So I hope that's helped a little bit, Jennifer. Is he happy with how your siblings and you've been getting along? He made us promise we would stay together. Well, when I was talking about the family thing, right, that family line, the family connection is being very, very important to him. Sometimes those connections and with your siblings all staying together, sometimes those connections are going to be strained at times. I mean, we are human at the end of the day. But what he's saying is everybody's trying. And he says that's worth more than anything. Right, is seeing everybody trying to come together and understand, even though there's at least two of you that are quite different in personalities, right? And again, greetings, guys, for those that have popped on. Just so you know how I kind of work this, Spirit directs me to those that need the messages. So if I'm not able to connect with you, you know what? Drop me a line. I'd be more than happy to set you up with a private session, okay? You can also check out my website, paulahunter.ca, find anything there as well. So hopefully that's helped some, Jennifer. Shauna Maria. Are you still in here? And Jennifer, I know you keep asking questions, but I'm going to move on now a little bit. If you've got more questions, again, I'd be more than happy to set you up with the private, okay? I try and kind of get to as many people as I can doing this. So just, much love to you. Know that your dad's going to be around for those special events, okay? So Shauna Maria, you wanted to ask a question or have a connection, my dear? And then let me know if JJ is still in here too. Because JJ, I have you up after Shauna. So feel free to let me know who you want to connect with, Shauna, and what your question is. Jennifer, you are very, very welcome, my dear, okay? Okay, JJ, I've got you up after Shauna, okay? So, Shauna, you're talking about a message, and I saw that from a deceased loved one. Who is it you want to connect with, my dear? Like I said, the reason why I asked that is, I can get there a lot quicker. So say if you're saying, well, whoever wants to talk to me, in your mind, you may want to really talk to, say, your grandmother, and maybe it's this great aunt coming through that wants to take over everything. So because I have limited time when I'm running live here, I want to make sure that I can be concise and to the point and make that connection for you, in that moment for you, okay? So Shauna, what is that? When you talked about wanting to have a message from a loved one, what is it that you're looking for? Because I just feel like there's something specific going on. Okay. What I'm getting also too, they show me, Shauna, that your emotions have been all over the board. They show me up and down and up and down and up and down. So it just makes me feel like you've been struggling from the emotional perspective a little bit right now too. They also show me, they meaning my guides, they're talking about a real need to get grounded as well. So that sense of feeling like you're all over the board, right? And as I said, emotions can play a big part of that. So I see I have another troll here, so I'm trying to block them out too, okay? We need to kind of believe in it too. When we do that, it helps us to move through the motions of finding that in ourselves. But, and I will come back to that connection for spirit, but this is from guides right now. What they're saying is, you always tend to put everybody before yourself. And not that that is a bad thing, but it's remembering that we are important as well. And we're just important as anyone else. And sometimes we have to go, no, right? Sometimes we have to go, you know what, I can't do that right now. We have to find that no in our vocabulary, which we struggle with sometimes. And Sean, I see that you're saying that you lost connection for a minute. You know what, this will be on the Facebook page, so you can always go back to it for this section if you did happen to miss something anyway. Looks like we'd be, half an hour in or so, okay? So give me a second here. It really makes me feel like you've, like I said, I don't know exactly what's going on, but they're saying, and your dad's saying too, she just feels like giving up. And what he says to me, he goes, I didn't teach her that. Right? So he wants you to step into what you need to do for you. Right? Long past time for you to think about what you need. Yeah, you got a few things going on. I'm just trying to decide how much to bring up in public here. Shauna, has there been some issues with relationship lately? Mm-hmm. Vicky saying, just came in and heard the message to put ourselves first. Needed to hear that even though it wasn't directed at me. Vicky, you know how spirit works, my dear. They bring things through for a reason. And even though a message may be directed to one person, that message can actually go off to other people as well. It'll resonate and hit something in you, and you know that message is for you as well. Okay. So, Shauna, when you're talking about why was he the way that he was, you're talking about your father. Just to be clear on that. Repeating cycles is what I hear. When you ask the question about why somebody was the way that they were. You know what? We come into this lifetime to learn, right? To grow. And it's so important that we experience things from both sides. So not everything is always what I call rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes we gotta hit the wall, we gotta fall down, we gotta skin our knees. But you know what? We get up, we dust ourselves off, and we move forward because we've learned from that situation, and we're not going to go backwards to repeat it. When we do, it tells us we haven't learned everything that we needed to learn. Okay, so when you're talking about your dad, asking why he was the way he is, and I get that he wasn't always the most gentle in his words. Okay, and as you're asking for a reason, there really isn't a reason other than he says, that's just the way it was. So it makes me feel like he had a tough time taking responsibility for himself at times. Okay. Healing he needs to do on the other side. That makes some sense a little bit too. And Shauna, you know what? I see where you're saying that you've been feeling lonely. You know what? We can be surrounded by people and feel lonely. It's not about the people we share company with. It's coming back to how you feel within yourself. And when you do that work within, you'll never be lonely, right? We will attract that what we need too, okay? So, Sean, I'm not sure about the yeah part, but really what he's showing me is relationship here with you, and he's showing me relationship with him, and he's showing me similarities between the two. Okay. So it's like a cycle continuing where we're still not standing up and saying the things that we need to say and doing the things that we need to do. You understanding that? Like I said, I don't want to get into too much detail here publicly because I do feel like some of that is personal. Are you understanding that? Okay. What I just heard was at the end of the day, he says, tell her I'm sorry. He says, I was never able to say that in life. And I don't think that sorry was just directed to you, if that makes sense. And hello to anyone that I might have missed so far. Doing the hat thing today. It's been so humid around here. It was like getting the frizzies. Hi, David. Nice to see ya. So I don't know if that's helping Shauna or not. I just get there's a lot of some deep-rooted stuff there. But it's still coming down and boiling down to you taking care of yourself. You know what, Shauna, I see your comment about wishing that he had turned his life around and it had just been, a healthier him. He didn't know how to do it, right? He takes responsibility for the choices that he made. And what he's telling me is he wouldn't have made any other different choices because that's all he knew at the time, right? When we get to the other side, when we have a clear indication of our life and the experiences that we had and have a clear understanding of things, we can go, oh, really, I shouldn't have done that, right? I can heal from that. Maybe I didn't want to take responsibility here, right? So it shows a lot of growth, but he keeps saying he wants you to know that he's sorry. And that's one of the most important things that he can give you right now. We can use the term we could have, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Doesn't change anything, right? He just wants to make sure that you're not going through the same kind of cycle in your life where you're not taking care of what you need to take care of in order to find your happiness. Because that's what he did a little bit. He never kind of, what I heard was pulled up his pants and really did what he needed to do. Normally I say pull up our big girl panties, but he's not a girl. So I had to think of another way to do that. And Shauna, I know that you already know this, right? But you know what? Sometimes it's just about hearing it from someone who knows nothing about the situation so that it's coming from him, right? He wasn't a man of a lot of words. He was pretty straightforward. And emotions were not a strong point. Okay. But he does want you to know that he's sending love through the lines, and he appreciates the fact that, you're trying to heal from him as well, some situations from him. It's not things that he was nasty, mean, whatever, but he just tells me that there was still some unfinished business between the two of you guys, and it was just never completed. So sometimes we have to wait to get to the other side to be able to complete the healing that we really need to do. But he's okay. Okay? That's one of the most important messages. He just needs you to be okay. And that's a choice that you have to make for yourself, right? I've been taking a course at I'm learning so I can, in turn, continue to help you guys and support you guys. It's a spiritual coaching program. And part of this program is something called E4 trauma method, which helps us to get to negative belief systems and healing. And it was interesting because I've just been watching and only been taking it the past couple of weeks, and found that I was very good at being a victim. And it was a real epiphany. It's like just something like that inside. And I thought, wow, now how do I change this? Right. And it's a similar thing. Sometimes we can get in those places where we feel like we're stuck. But at the end of the day, you know what? It's our choice. It doesn't mean that the path out is easy, but you know what? We always have choice. Okay. Shauna, you are very, very welcome, my dear. Much love to you. And you know what? Like I said, keep your chin up, see the positive, and step forward and do the things you need to do for you. Okay. JJ, let me know if you're still here, JJ. I know you had said that you had a question about something as well. I'm just writing down another name here. So I'm just waiting to see what JJ has. And don't mind me, guys, I'm just kind of trying to get a little deeper here. Those trolls were really starting to pull me out of my energy that I needed to be in here. Okay. JJ, go ahead and ask your question, my dear. It's funny that the guides are telling me you have a hard time focusing sometimes. Because they're showing me like walking down the garden path, and they go, oh, look, there's a butterfly. Loop, I'm over here. Oh, wait, over here. Look at over here. Whoop. They keep showing me back and forth. So it tells me that sometimes you have issues with like staying power, staying on one path and moving forward with that, right? Okay, so JJ's saying, just looking for any messages facing a big decision in my life, only have ancestors in spirit world. And you know what, JJ, when normally if I'm looking at someone who's looking for answers to a big decision, right? And again, feel free to ask what that decision is and I can answer it. I go to high guides. And the reason why I do that is, you know what, if I'm connecting in with, say, a mom or a dad, you know what, just like when they were here, they can have personal biases. So say if, mom hated tattoos, and I'm saying, hey, should I get this tattoo? Because you know what? It's a memory for someone and I think it's really important. Well, if mom didn't like tattoos, she'll probably go, no. But spirit guide may go, you know what? We recognize that this is something important for you that you need to do in your healing. So the answer could be different depending on what avenue I'm going down to get that information from. Okay, that makes sense a little bit. So JJ, feel free. What is a decision? Is it this or it's this? Feel free to ask it if you're comfortable doing so. And yeah, we'll see what the guides have to say about that, okay? And Lana Dickus, hang in there, my dear, because I've got you next, okay? And again, I know there's a few of you guys asking questions and wanting to connect. Again, spirit, I pay attention to who they direct me to. It's not that anyone's better than any other, but sometimes I think there's just, they know who needs it more, okay? So give me a second here. So JJ, I see your question when you're saying you want to know whether to stay or return home. And it's funny because when you're talking about being faced with a big decision, when I ask the guides it, they're already saying you already know what you want, right? They show me this new place, if you will, lots of opportunities. They show me that you're excited. They show me you feel alive. They show me that you feel passionate, right? So when we talk about going home, for some reason they're showing me going home is going backward. You understand that? So it's more kind of a situation of, do we want to go backwards? Probably not. right? They show me that the staying is also a little scary. But you know what? That's okay. It's okay to be afraid, right? It can be exciting. It can be exhilarating. That's what kind of gets our blood pumping, right? What they're saying is for you too, it's just making sure that you really follow through with what it is you want at the end of the day, because they show me, like I said, sometimes you can kind of be all over the board. So, stay focused on why it is you want to stay and what that focus is. Does that make sense a little bit for you, JJ? And hello, Chelsea. Lana, you are very, very welcome, my dear. Okay. So you don't want to return home anyway. You hadn't. So you could have someone, there could be family there. There could be other things. But it's not what you need for yourself. And sometimes we need to spread our wings to have the experiences that help us to grow. And that's part of what this experience is for you as well. Okay. So I hope that's answered that question. You know what? I know that you already know that, right? I think you just needed a bit of validation and a little kick in the butt. Get you moving. Okay. And you are very, very, very welcome, JJ. So bear with me here. Okay. So I'm not sure if it's pronounced Lana or Lana, but feel free. If I saw quickly then that you wanted to connect with your daughter on the other side. So I just want to confirm that before I try and pull that for you. JJ, you're very, very welcome. 9 times out of 10, we know what it is that we need to do. It's just sometimes gathering the courage to follow through with it. Okay? Awesome. Give me a second, guys. Okay. So, and again, if I'm not saying your name right, I apologize right now, but we're just going to go with it. So, Lana, your daughter left very abruptly. What they show me is this quick go. That always represents, it can represent an accident. It can represent a suicide. It can represent a few different things, but I get the sense of her leaving very, very abruptly because there was a lot of emotional attachment to things too. Okay. Your daughter keeps showing me unshed tears. So that represents the fact that you still haven't been able to kind of move through her passing. And when I talk about moving through someone's passing, it's not, I'm forgetting them, I'm leaving them behind, nothing like that. Okay. What she shows me is, well, gotta be direct. What I hear is seeing you in anguish, especially just after the time frame that she passed, right? Did she used to like to sing to herself a lot? Because I keep getting singing around her. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean being up on stage and singing, but it's almost like humming or singing to herself. I say that my sister used to, well, not used to, she is a hummer. She hums all the time. Okay. So Lana, know that your daughter knows that you're stuck. And she's just showing me this anguish. And to me, that's not sadness. That goes beyond that. Right. And she's just so worried about you. Right. Because what she's telling me is she would give her right arm, and then she chuckles, to be able to take this pain away from you. Okay. But she says, I can't. She says, I know you keep asking me to come back. And she says, I can't. Right. But with whatever that circumstance where they're passing as well, right, it's really, really important that you know that she didn't suffer as well. Just delete that one, because that's part of what I'm getting, is that sense of feeling like she suffered. I've tried to block that one too, guys. So unfortunately, you'd think they'd find something else to do, but obviously not. It's easy, Lana, it's really easy to say, you know what, you just need to heal. But it isn't that simple. But know that, your daughter is sad to feel you so unhappy, knowing that there's nothing that she can do about how you're feeling. Okay. So Lena, when you're talking about suffering, like I said, she wants you to know that she didn't suffer. So a lot of times we can still have physical trauma to our bodies. But I've learned working with guides and higher beings that there's many times where even before that physical body dies, our spirit will be taken outside of it so that we don't have to go through all that crap. Okay. So I'm trying. Some people really need to get a life. Did I say that out loud? Yeah. Hopefully we've got them blocked now anyway. Okay. So Lana, your daughter really wants you to know she didn't suffer. She really, really wants you to know that she's okay. And she really wants you to know that she loves you very much. And she wants you to be happy. Right? And she says she's not happy. She says, I don't know how to take your pain away. If she could, she would in an instant. I think she was really playful with you sometimes. And I think sometimes she pushed the boundaries with you, right? Because she shows me she had her own voice as well. She was able to speak up for herself. And she says sometimes we didn't always see eye to eye, but she's referring to you as kind of like being her best friend as well. Do you understand that? She's kind of more focused on this side right now too, because she needs to know that you're okay. Let me see. On the phone, let me try and back it out again and see if I can't block them a little bit better here. Bear with me here. I'll try and block them again. Hopefully I got that. We'll see. So Lana's saying, I love her so much. I'm trying to be happy again. Yes, she pushed my buttons and we were best friends. Yeah, she's trying to confirm some things. But the biggest thing, she wants to know that she's okay. But she needs you to be okay. And she says, I know you're still struggling. And she says, I know it's easy to say, right? And she feels like she would have been a little cuddly, like fairly cuddly when she was younger too. Because what she's showing me is like she'd be going along and I hear this like put on a happy face and going and reaching in and almost taking your, the sides of your mouth and going whoop, like that. Right? So it's important. Oh, really? I don't know why I'm not able to. I'm trying to block this person, but maybe I'm just behind on things. We'll delete the comments too. Yeah, I get this sense of cuddling. So it's almost like, hey, let's watch a movie, cuddle on the couch, and just cuddle into each other. Right? She loved to do stuff like that. So it's also her way of letting you know that she's still with you, that she's still around you, and that she's she's not okay. She's not going to just leave you on your own. She says she's been feeling like she's been left alone, but she says, nope, I'm still here. Right? She's very lovable. And as I said, she loves you very, very much. Is this helping a little bit? Your daughter, one of the reasons I pulled for you is your daughter just keeps saying she really needs to hear this tonight. So it just makes me feel like maybe you've been in a place where you've been feeling just kind of lost. And as I said, really alone. Right? And she wants you to know that she's okay. Yeah, I get her very huggy. And even like when we talk about hugs, she'd come up behind you and hug you from behind. So you could be sitting on a chair and she'd come up kind of being goofy, wrap her arms around you, and kind of hug around that way. Right? Yeah. Well, she kind of, as soon as I saw your question kind of pop up, she directed me to you because she says, my mom really needs to hear from me. Right? So I hope this is helping a little bit. Try and block. I guess the trolls are like crazy tonight. Yeah, Solana saying, yeah. And I think your daughter's trying to show me all these different aspects so that you know without a shadow of a doubt that it is her. Okay? That's the most important thing. Did she have, I mean, excuse me, it's easy to say, did she have stuffed animals? But it almost makes me feel, she showed me like this stuffed animal. I mean, usually the traditional just show me a teddy bear. Doesn't mean it has to be a teddy bear, but to me that represents a stuffed animal. And she's showing me that you have that. So I don't know if it's something that sits on your bed or what, but she's bringing me back to a, you know, like I said, a stuffed animal type thing that has meaning for you that you still have. That makes sense? And Nicole, thank you for that comment about beautiful things tonight. I try. Okay. So thank you so much. I have a bear with her voice in it. Okay. So again, she's acknowledging the bear. You know, your daughter's awesome. She's just giving me so much stuff. I think it's, you know, it makes me feel good to be able to provide you with that clarity and for you to know without a shadow of a doubt that there's something else and that your daughter is with you and she loves you so much. Right? So when you're really missing her, just like you do, hold that bear, right? Listen to her voice, tell her how much she loves you and know that that's her telling you how much she loves you as well. Okay? She's such a beautiful soul. All right? So thank you for popping in, because I'm not sure if you've been on any of my lives before, but your daughter kind of directed you here this evening as well, so that she was able to give you that message, okay? So she's really saying, please, please, please take care of yourself, okay? And thank you for letting me give you that message from your daughter. For me, it always makes me feel good to know that I've helped somebody as well. And not just you, but your daughter as well. Your daughter's got a beautiful smile. If she feels like she would have had longer hair, but definitely a petite kind of build too. Just beautiful soul. Okay. So I hope that's helped a little bit, my dear. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I've still got some packing and things I have to do because I got to take off early in the morning. Yeah, I'm excited. Again, if you guys are looking for a connection, I connect with people. I can connect with animals. Guides will answer any type of question. This is what I do full time. This is what I do for a living. This is what I love to do. And I'd be more than happy to, set you up with a private one-on-one, in person, Zoom, whatever it is that you need. Okay. So with that, thank you. Thank you very much for spending an hour with me here this evening. And don't forget to like and follow my page, and so you can be here when I go live again. Okay. You guys have a wonderful evening. Again, love you all so much. Right. Have a great one. Take care.